I'm an abusive lover, chat. I try to destroy what I love, and I loved forums. And so I would go on there and I would I would just find ways to sabotage. I remember being a forum moderator and spoiler warning, we can read your messages to each other. I never did anything with the mountains of personal information that I acquired from being a forum moderator. Like, thankfully, I was a little bit out of my destructive phase by that point. People would like give out their home address. Like, oh, do you want to meet up? Here's my address. And it's like, I can read that. I know what your home address is now. I never stayed on any one forum for that long. I was a moderator for a game forum at one point, and I ended up narking on the developer to another developer. This game dev, she was such a bitch. She was such a bitch. So story time. I was a moderator for this game development, not game development forum, but a game forum. The game was in development, and we were all in a Skype group chat. The lead developer was constantly complaining about like how she couldn't work on the game because of this and that, and how her laptop was fried and blah 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 blah. And she was really upset that another developer of another game that ended up being a scam, she was really upset that that game developer ended up having a much more popular project. Basically, she would have her mod team, which I was a part of, try and sabotage this other developer. And so one of the ways that she wanted us to sabotage was to like go on to this other game's like fan Minecraft server and just fuck with it basically. And I was like, oh yeah, I am down. I am absolutely down to clown. Let me boot up Bratwurst. Let's go. Let's go. So I spent a lot of time on that server just destroying shit basically. Not like destroying people's builds, because there was like build protections and stuff, but I would use like X-ray hacks to just grab everything that was unclaimed. I would dig up all of the diamonds around spawn and everything. I would destroy all of like the dungeon resources and shit. And as I spent time on the server, I was like, wait a minute, these people are really nice. These people are really nice. I'm starting to feel a twinge of guilt. Huh. Weird. Well, how are things going in the Skype group chat? Oh, she's being a crazy bitch again. She's complaining about how Pippa had a "am I the bad guy" moment. Yeah, she's complaining about how dumb it is that this other project is more popular than hers, and she works so much harder than everybody else, and she just had to duct tape her laptop because she had it on the dash while she was driving, and she had to hit the brakes or something, or she went around a corner, whatever the fuck, and the laptop slid off the dash and it broke, and now it's all duct taped and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, I don't like you anymore. And so I compiled a document of everything that she had said and every act of sabotage she had instructed us to do, and every bit of gossip and everything. And I compiled her like Google Docie. Yeah, the Google Docie, back before Google Docies were really a thing. She had a Tumblr blog where that was just dedicated to shitting on this other woman's project. I don't even remember if the other developer was a girl or not. Like, this bitch was crazy. This developer was crazy. I don't know if her game is still around. I remember it did have like active servers. It was people could play on it, but I don't know what ended up really coming of it. But yeah, I compiled all of her shit and I sent it to the other developer, and the other developer was just like, wow, oh my god. And then like a month later or something, the other developer, the one that I had narked on, she was like, why did you tell on me? And I just ignored her. I just ignored her. I just ditched all of my accounts related to the game stuff, and I just dipped. I don't think that developer that I narked to ever ended up exposing her or anything, which I'm kind of surprised about, but I don't know. You would have fit right in on something awful? Maybe. I can't imagine paying for a forum though. Atreides, thank you. Uno reverse on the gay ops. Love to see it. Hell yeah. I kind of miss gay ops. I kind of miss with forums and stuff, but also like the new culture of that would be like Discord. Time to join Soyjack, bro. I would have loved that website when I was younger. I would have loved it. I used to raid Twitch streams back when it was Justin TV. People would post like links to streams and stuff and be like, all right, this guy's retarded, let's get him. And I'd be like, yeah! And the goal was always to try and get people banned. The goal was always to try and get streamers banned. I think that's why I have such a higher tolerance for people trying to fuck with me than maybe the average streamer, because I get it. I get it. I know that it's fun. I don't blame you. So you were the drama queen. Drama queen, no. I wanted to destroy stuff, not start drama. Drama stuff is like people running like the gossip blogs and stuff. Feelings mutual, no. Forum arsonist. Yeah, troll queen. I definitely identified unironically as a troll back in the day. Spamming chats is a special kind of thrill. Oh yeah. Nowadays, I feel like the modern equivalent of this kind of thing is like Discord rating. I don't know. It's the Discord thing. It's not really my style, because like with Discord, there's like the voice chat involved usually, and there's like you can't do like alt spamming. It's just not for me. Like one of the really simple ways back in the day, and there's too many tools to prevent trolling. Back in the day, like a really simple way to piss off forum admins would just be to spam make accounts with offensive names. Back in the day, like it would always say like who the most recent people to register on the site were. So I would just flood like the statistics board. Like there'd be like a little panel for statistics, and I would always just flood those. Most recent post, most recent sign up, most recent thread name, blah blah blah. Like I would flood them. How offensive are we talking about, Pippa? I would get canceled. I was young. I was very young. I'm not afraid to own it. All right. I was very young, and it was a different time. We just need to get more creative now. I don't know if I have the energy to get creative nowadays. I say as I'm about to draw horses in paint, man. But they would get so mad. They would get so mad. Always the highlight of my day would be looking at the announcements and seeing some shit like the forum admin having like a mental breakdown, like, I just want you to know that my dad's cousin works for the FBI, and we are going to find who is doing this. I have your IP address. We are going to find you. It gave a thrill like no other. My dad works at the FBI. Yeah, we're back tracing. There are so many buzzwords that have disappeared off of the internet. It would be like, I have backtraced your IP address. I'm going to find you. I have found the general area that you live in already. If you know what's good for you, you're gonna stop right now. And it would be in all capital letters. I'm behind 70 proxies. The cyber police. And then you'd see a bunch of idiots in response to the announcement, assuming that replies weren't locked. You would see idiots typing shit like, here's a link to the FBI tip page if anybody else wants to help report this. If anybody wants to help get this on the FBI's radar. Any little bit helps. Needless to say, I was never arrested. I don't think the FBI cares about people's forums getting spammed. Yeah, the report submitted screenshot! Never arrested yet. No. Anyways, let's draw some horses.
Mwah! Mwah! Okay, get out of here. Get out of here. Okay, bye-bye.